Alright, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Late 1990s, 2000, my grandfather, about 82 years old, he was shopping with me at Trader Joe's, and he says, "Jeff, it's really chilly. Tell them to turn the heat up." And I said, "Grandpa, they can't turn the heat up. It's a grocery store. They have refrigeration in here. You know, there's cold stuff, man. What are you gonna do? And by the way, even if they turned up the heat, by the time we're done shopping, I mean, come on, it's not going to be hot by the time we get out of here." So the whole thing, I never said anything to the people at Trader Joe's. And sometimes in life, you just keep your mouth shut because there's nothing you can do. In Chinese, there's a saying that I like a lot. "Mei ban fa." "Mei ban fa" means nothing can be done. You can't go to Trader Joe's and have them turn the heat up. I mean, there's a lot of refrigerated goods. In America, we don't say "mei ban fa." In America, we say, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" So, I was thinking about this relating to my children's homework. Karl, Taro, Greenfeld, he wrote an essay in the Atlantic called, and I should put a link to it in this post. "My daughter's homework is killing me." So his 13-year-old daughter, Esme, is doing 4 hours of homework a night. And she's getting about 6 hours sleep a night. She's so overworked that she's fake sleeping. She's pretending to be sleeping and then getting up and doing more homework. And the father, he says, "What the heck is going on, man?" So he tries doing his daughter's homework and he can barely do it. He's burned out. He's an adult with a college degree. He's a journalist. He can't do it. So he goes to the teacher. He goes to his daughter's teacher and says, "Hey man, this homework is atrocious. It's way overdone. Come on man, I'm successful. I went to school. I never had homework like this." And the teacher said, "Hey man, this is it. Core standards. We've got to do the core standards. We got to prepare our kids for college, and if you don't like it, we can send your daughter down to remediation." So at that point, his mouth is shut. His mouth is shut because he has no end game. And when you don't have an end game, you keep your mouth shut. And so his daughter continues to only get 6 hours sleep. He has even a younger daughter, and she's going to follow the older daughter's footsteps. And you know, I have kids, and they have a lot of homework, a lot more than I had. It's a whole different world now for a variety of reasons. One is that public school licensing is based on core standards. We had no core standards when I was a kid. You just, you're going to draw, you're going to hand out the little Valentine candies on Valentine's Day. Boom, 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 boom. It's whole new. It's part of a very specific system now. So there's nothing you're going to do. And as a parent, when it comes to your children being burned out from homework, you're between a rock and a hard place. On one hand, you know, you could encourage them to join the rat race and be competitive, and Derek Thompson wrote an essay in which he talks about workism. Workism, which is America, is the idea, it's kind of like a new religion. Well, it is a new religion. It's a religion that your work defines your core being. It defines your core purpose in anything. And so you have to just throw yourself into your work. And this religion is making people burned out. The millennials are the burned out generation. There's a famous BuzzFeed essay about that. And Derek Thompson makes reference to that in his essay. I should give you a link to Derek Thompson's essay about workism. So as a parent, you're between a rock and a hard place. I mean, you've got these core standards, you've got all this homework, you're encouraging your daughters to get 6 hours sleep a night, to join the rat race. But what's the option? The option is, what, you're going to coddle your children and not let them be competitive? And what's that going to do to them if they're not competitive? I really don't see a solution. I mean, even if Karl Taro Greenfeld is right, since he has no end game, his truth is no more than shouting into a hurricane. And I think that's the broader point of this controversy about homework. In life, even if we're right about something, if we don't have an end game, we're shouting into a hurricane. Think about this. Let's say you're some young, needy guy and you got your first girlfriend and she's super gorgeous and you love her more than she loves you. And you say to her, hey man, you're spending more time with your friends than with me. You're only seeing me like 2 days a week. And she says to you, so what? It's how it is. And you go, okay. In that situation, you don't even want to bring up the topic. Why? Because you don't have an end game. Is it true that your girlfriend doesn't give you a lot of attention? Yes, it's true, but who cares? You're just shouting into a hurricane. Let's say you have a plumber, and your plumber raises his prices, and you don't like it. What are you going to do? Are you going to fire him and get a new plumber and vet a whole new plumber and trust a whole new plumber to come into your house? Probably not. You're probably going to keep the old plumber. You don't have an end game, you're going to keep your mouth shut. You're going to pay the higher prices. You might have a boss at work. Hey, you don't like the work conditions. You don't like your pay. But unless you have an end game, you keep your mouth shut. You just keep going to work. You don't talk about it. And as parents, I kind of feel that way about workism and homework. It's a lot. My wife was up late trying to do a project for my daughter. It's like animation with a spinning wheel, and she's trying to make a cartoon. And my daughter could have made a quick, easy one with a little cartoon book, but no, she had to have the big spinning wheel, which involves all sorts of materials. And so, are we going to complain to the parents? No, because in life, if you don't have an end game, you keep your mouth shut. Otherwise, you're wasting your time and your valuable energy. You're screaming into a hurricane. So my question is to you, am I being too fatalistic? Am I resigning myself to things in this world that are bad? Or am I appropriately saving my energy? I'm not going to complain to my daughter's teachers that they have too much homework. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I don't want them to be sent down to remediation. I want them to be competitive. And maybe I'm guilty of pushing them into this rat race. Tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. All right, until next time, I'm out.